There was a singer from Pussycat Dolls. Fire alarm started. She didn't want to go outside. If you're a person that eats taco with a fork and a knife, with all due respect, I don't really know that you understand tacos that well. Real unfiltered advice? Don't come.
What if I told you that you can get Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of BTX Elite Podcast. My next guest is coming all the way from Romania to Bahrain. Relax, it's not Andrew Tate. He started behind the bar, worked his way to the top, becoming the general manager of Calexico, one of Bahrain's most iconic hospitality brands. He brought mixology to the mainstream and ran bar operation for more than 10,000 guests at concerts with names like Bruno Mars, Maroon 5 and Ed Sheeran. No ego, no drama, just years of experience, hustle and hard work. This is where passion meets precision. Welcome, Habibi.
Oh, Bobby, thanks for having me, finally. Like we were talking earlier, this has been taking far too long for us to synchronize, either issues on my side or your side, but here we are. Happy to be here.
But I think we need to share a little bit actually what happened. What happened in the last 3 takes that you didn't show up?
Well, I think it's gonna take the whole podcast if we start to tell the story. But I had some medical problems. On your side, there was something similar as well, so we had to postpone. But yeah, here we are. Finally, we can do this.
Medical things are never fun.
Never, yeah, indeed, especially at this age.
What do you mean?
I don't know about you, but I already started to feel a little bit old and rusty, and I can see these medical things popping up more often.
Yeah, coming from a younger person than me, that sounds not that good.
It's not at all.
Having said all of that, the standard question before we even dive into the main questions is, how are you today?
I'm good today. Finally, everything is sorted. I feel better. I feel good. Obviously, overall general state of spirit is not the best during these times. But on a personal level, yeah, everything is good.
I hope we are here to bring back the spirit back again.
I hope so as well.
A little bit more positive energy, positive vibes.
Yeah, not only from the two of us, but the rest of the world as well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what Adi is doing lately. Lately, like in the last 10 years. From Romania to the Gulf. What is the biggest oh my god moment when you first landed here?
I think this happens to the majority of expats, as they call them in Bahrain, where they arrive here. There is a small cultural shock because what you see presented in the mass media before coming to Bahrain, in my case, for example, like when I was presented with the opportunity to come and work here, I did not knew too much about Bahrain. So I started looking on internet, try to find out some information about the place. And what is presented in the mass media, the majority of the time is not the most positive aspects. Bahrain is quite amazing country with amazing culture, beautiful people, very laid back, very welcoming. So I think that switch in my perception from what I was expecting to see and encounter here to what exactly was happening here was obviously a beautiful switch, a positive switch, and probably that was the shock.
I think until you experience by yourself, you can never judge. Yeah. It goes everything in life. I never visited, let's say, India. So I cannot comment about it, even though we are watching on the social media, online, the news. But again, once I will go there, experience myself, I will say, yes, I like, or maybe, no, this is not something that I will go again.
No, I agree. First-hand experience will help you create a better understanding of what's exactly happening in that country or environment. And that was the same case with me. So I think, again, that was the shock or the expectation change when I arrived here in a positive way, which I'm very happy, and here I am after almost 9 years.
Mashallah. But this is not your first place outside of Romania, right?
Yeah, so I left right after graduating from university. I think I was around 23, 24. I went to London where I worked and lived for about 3 years and a half. And after that, I moved to Bahrain. And obviously, short other small travels, but not something of this duration, like over a year or more than a year.
How are you going to compare the weather in London and in Bahrain?
Oh, completely different opposite sides.
In one place, you need an umbrella to cover from the rain.
And the other one, you need the umbrella to cover from the sun. But no, yeah, completely different meteorological conditions, completely different weather. I think once you start living in one of these places for long enough, you're gonna start craving the other weather. And then if you move back, you're gonna start craving the other one. So, of course, living in Bahrain, there are times where I wish it'd be a little bit more chilly outside or even rainy from time to time. Not something very heavy, like heavy pouring, but just slight rain, that helps for the whole environment to get a little bit more chilly. So I do crave that sometimes, but then I remember, like, if you live in London and you have that every day, you will start to crave the sun air. Like, all right, I don't need any more clouds now. I need a little bit of sunny skies. So yeah, there's complete different opposite dimensions to Bahrain and London when it comes to weather. They have both their pros and cons. But to be honest, I don't know if it's because I got very used to Bahrain, but I enjoy it more. I think having sunny days continuously and constantly throughout the year and clear skies is very enjoyable. Bahrain was the first country and the first time where I celebrated Christmas and New Year's on the beach. It's not very common in Europe, especially during Christmas time, to have this kind of weather. And I remember my first year in Bahrain, I stayed for Christmas. Now I try and go home as much as I can through those period of time, through holidays. But that first Christmas was here in Bahrain, and I was with a group of friends on the beach, and was very surreal, very unique, very interesting, because all my life was a different scenario.
Almost always was snowing.
Yeah. Or cold weather, you stay and you celebrate inside the house or indoors. There's not too many Christmases where you can celebrate outdoors and in the nature,
I think we are on the same page in terms of nostalgic. Now I have the same feeling. Actually, my wife, she miss greenery. Okay. But I think that moment is like when you're gonna see the greenery, it's fine. I love greenery and the mountains and everything. It's fine to go once a year or even twice, whatever. And then I think it's after 1 week you start feeling nostalgic for Bahrain. Okay, perfect. We enjoy it. We want to come back to Bahrain.
Yeah, I don't. If you were raised in that type of environment, then probably you will miss it. I don't know, certain parts of Europe or Asia or even the United States. So if you're brought up in that type of environment with lush greenery, parks, forests, walks into the forest, you're gonna miss it. But if you come from this part of the world, like the Middle East, you don't have that association. So it's not something that you necessarily need to go and check and see or crave of. But no, I understand your statement. I feel like that sometimes as well. It's funny. Recently, I just came back from a holiday. I'm part of the team that organizes a music festival in Zanzibar. And I don't think I ever seen in my life, from every place that I traveled, a much more abundance of greenery than in Zanzibar. It's everywhere, it's untouched, which is beautiful, it's just natural, it grows wild, and everywhere you see, everywhere you go, throughout the travel on the streets or remote outside on the beach, is just everywhere is full of greenery. And definitely now I miss it. I think I'm gonna get used to it, and in 1 week or 2 weeks I'm gonna get over it. But it's just beautiful. Your mind relaxes naturally when you're surrounded by so much greenery and so much nature. You don't really feel it. You're not conscious about it. But once you move away and the greenery disappears and the nature disappears, you're gonna feel a little bit depressed, I think. And then you realize, oh, that's why, because I had my feet in the sand all day. I was out in the natural sunny weather, greenery everywhere, plants, animals. So yeah, it's a switch that goes on and off, and it makes you feel a little bit different, or at least that's how I experienced it.
Managing a business sounds strategic, but keeping it alive and exciting in Bahrain is an art. What's the secret sauce behind Calexico? Long-lasting success.
Well, in our particular case, I think, and it might sound a little bit cliche, it's our team. Our team is our biggest asset. And again, I know there's a lot of places that say the same thing and might sound a little bit cliche, but in our particular case, because our team perpetuated a relaxed atmosphere, which became our culture, the Calexico culture. That's the secret sauce or the recipe for our success. What I'm trying to say with that is that different places will adopt a different strategy or a different customer service approach. Some places would be a little bit more upscale, where they're a bit more formal. Other places are very casual, like super casual. And what we try to do from the beginning is to approach our customers as our friends and not necessarily as customers. If you stay and think, if you have some friends over at any point, either one friend or a group of friends coming over to your house, you would always want to offer them the best experience. You're gonna put up take out the best drinks, especially in our culture, like East Europeans. You're gonna get the rakia, the wine, you're gonna cook for them, or even in days like our days, you're gonna order the best food. So you wanna create the best experience. If they leave or when they leave, they will remember, yes, we had a great time with Bobby, we had a great time at his place. So we try to kind of do the same thing in our restaurant. We don't approach our customers as per se customers, just our friends. We exchange numbers, we know them by the name. We try to create long-lasting relationship for these people to come back. And I think that's been our biggest asset. Our team, which created this culture and atmosphere, and this became our staple, basically. And obviously, besides that, you have the consistency of the food, good drinks, reasonable prices, so on and so forth. In the end, this is a recipe that ultimately will offer you success.
I'm so glad that you said the team, because now we're gonna talk leadership. In fast-paced, high-turnover environment, how do you build loyalty and keep the energy alive in your team?
That's always a challenge, especially in a market like Bahrain, where hospitality is approached from a different angle, rather than Europe or the United States or Australia or so on and so forth, where the employees have more to say in the way the place is run and organized. They have more free time, paid leaves, paid off days, so on and so forth. So in the current format of Bahrain and the hospitality industry, it's more focused on let's get the work done, let's do more things, and kind of putting the employees on the second or the third place. And as I mentioned earlier, our team is our biggest asset. So what I'm trying to create with our team is like always to try and put them on the first place. So I think that's how you create loyalty, when your employees know that you care for them and you are there for them, and If they struggle with anything or if they have a requirement, they can come to you. Your door is open, you're approachable. I think at the end that will create loyalty in the team, and people want to work with you, want to work for you. They're not gonna leave that often, or they're not gonna switch workplaces.
I think after this you will receive at least 200 CVs.
I think after this I'm gonna get a lot of hatred on your comments.
Why?
Of other people from outside know exactly how things are.
You
in
just
Bahrain.
said that it's an amazing environment in your workplace. Your team is like every day going to a spa center rather than going to work. So
That's indeed true. And yes, I hope I'm gonna get CVs and people commenting in a positive way.
definitely. Now you hype me up to apply.
Come work, let's work together.
Yeah,
buddy.
why not?
There's a new opening for Calexico. So
What is the position?
social media manager.
No, the face control. I will be the face control on the door.
That would work, yes. Although it's not gonna be as big as the current site, it's gonna be a smaller venue. So I don't necessarily think we're gonna need a face control, but you can be there and.
Are you saying about new Calexico?
Yes.
You didn't mention anything about this, so
Well, I tried
Calexico
to-
is expanding.
It's expanding, yeah.
Okay.
I'll try and keep this for later then.
Okay, so now from 200, 500 CVs.
Yes. We need it.
We need it. Okay. Tell me about a leadership mistake you made that hurt like hell, but taught you something you will carry with you.
Yeah, so again, this ties down to the team, and it was something that I had to learn the hard way. Not listening to your team members properly. When I say listen, is like be empathic, actually hear what they talking about, hear their struggle, and try to connect and try to solve that. If you just listening for the sake of listening, but you disregard what they say straight away, is not gonna be a good recipe. So this is one of the mistakes that I encountered as a manager, as a leader, is that I don't know if it was something that I did voluntarily or is because I had too many things working on or too many things on my head running around. But I had this particular example with one of my team members that left the team at one point, and after he departed and left the company, he sent an email stating that he had a good time. We worked together for about 4 years, but towards the end of his experience, he felt that he was not seen, he was not heard, and he feels bad that after so long of working together, after 4 years, the company did not do much. So obviously I tanked that moment. I was thinking like, how could I miss this? Like, what was the mistake that I did? How could I not... I was trying to find in my head, like, what was that particular moment or situation when he tried to tell me something and I didn't pay attention, so he felt is not heard. And it was a very well put together email, very honest, which I appreciated, but again, made me thought about it. And from that moment onwards, it's not that before I haven't done it, but from that moment onwards, I actually started to pay way more attention to what my employees and what my colleagues try to tell me, from small little things that are related to the business and how to operate it and run it better, to some personal issues. You know, it's at the end of the day, we all humans and we all have our needs, either an extra day off or some financial struggling on a personal level, whatever it may be. So that was the mistake, that I didn't listen properly. I had to learn it the hard way throughout this employee who sent the email. It opened my eyes and I appreciate it. I have a good relationship with him now. We conversate occasionally. I know about his whereabouts. I know what he's doing. He also asked about how Calexico is doing. So we kept a very nice relationship. But again, it was an eye-opening moment when I found out that he had the impression that he was not properly heard. So that was one of the leadership mistakes.
I think everyone are super excited before they join a company. and you are ready to give your absolute best, to give 100% or even more, right? Even during the interview stage, even before you join and when you're gonna join. But there is a time, let's say after six months, 9 or 12 months, whoever it is, it's getting to a more comfortable, and less hyped than when he joined.
That fire starts to dial down.
Yes, that fire go a little bit more down, and you are energetic. You are doing your work properly, but always you will try to feel not happy, not satisfied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you are satisfied what you are getting, but okay, everyone wants more and more. When the time comes, if the manager didn't make a proper evaluation, or maybe super busy, or maybe the management is changing over the time, the employee itself should raise a hand. Okay, let's make a meeting. But it's always good to learn from our mistakes. I had the similar mistake as you had before, not paying attention, and it's a learning process, right?
Yeah, I think as leaders, it's a very polarized subject, because from my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong, there is no school or university that teaches you how to become a leader, like the Leader University of Pennsylvania, something like that doesn't exist. Yeah, there are courses for managers, there are MBAs, there are university that teaches management of business, so on and so forth. But from my knowledge, there's not a university or a school, unless maybe you do something online that teaches you how to become a leader. So this, you're gonna have to learn it through experience, and most of the times these experiences is not gonna be always the most positive. You're gonna have to do some mistakes, you're gonna have to open your ears, open your eyes. But I think what counts, because mistakes will be done regardless, but I think what counts is, and what makes a leader a good leader, if you actually learn from it, if you actually pay attention, if you actually take notes, and then you try to rectify it and not do that mistakes again. I think that's what counts, So again, even great leaders, presidents, CEOs, they have to go through a period of time, 5, 3, 6, 10 years, till they become very polished, very sharp in what they have to do, how they have to communicate, how they have to treat people, how they have to treat customers, so on and so forth. I don't think there's not somebody that will be designated as a leader or as a CEO, and straight away from the first day he knows everything by hand. So mistakes will happen. Experience is what it teaches us. As long as we pay attention and we try to diminish these mistakes on the further occasions, I think that's all counts.
What's the biggest misconception people have about being a general manager of successful brand like Calexico?
I don't know. The first one that comes to mind is probably free time. I think people think that once you promote, or once you get a senior role, you could delegate the work to all the other employees and have a little bit more free time, which I think this is completely the opposite in my case, and probably in the majority of hospitality managers. Once you become or you get to the top, there's no more free time. There's on call always. You're like an ambulance driver. It doesn't matter when the job, when the work requires you, you have to be there. So yeah, I think that's the biggest misconception, thinking that getting to a higher position, you're gonna have more free time. You have the freedom to arrange your schedule and decide which day to be off, or which part of the day you want to be in the morning and in the afternoon. That's right, but that schedule is so fluid. It always changes, because again, you never know if you have to be called to work, whatever the case may be. Maybe you schedule for a day off to go somewhere with the family, and then God forbid something happened at the restaurant. There's electricity shut down, or I don't know, whatever it may be that requires your presence. So then you have to cancel your plans to make sure that the operation runs properly. So yeah, I think that's the biggest misconception of people thinking where you get to a general manager position, you have a lot of free time or more free time. That was my misconception as well. And it's not the case, no. You have to work even more and even harder, especially if you try and lead by example. Everybody needs to see that you're always there constantly, you're always present, so they can have the same mentality and approach.
You reach the GM position and now you can relax.
Yeah.
And the staff will see, boss, enjoy, boss. Everything is fine, enjoy. You in the office and with the guests, he smile with the guests, cheers. But I think as you grow, the level of stress grows as well.
The level of stress, the level of commitment, the energy, the time that you have to put into the project, everything just goes to the next level. You have to put more if you want results. Otherwise, yes, we can maybe lay back and just put it on autopilot cruise, but I'm not sure if that will correlate with positive results.
But also, I think if you are ambitious enough, not everyone maybe wants to grow. They want to grow maybe only in the salary. They don't want to grow maybe in the position, because as the position is growing, the responsibilities are growing as well.
Yeah, but I think that is seen through the results. If you are the type of person that you push enough just to go to a higher level for the money or the salary, soon enough that will translate in your results, and everybody will know, from the investors to the shareholders to your team, will know that maybe was not the best fit.
You said it perfectly. Everything needs to be related to results. The results need to speak for yourself.
Indeed, yes.
If the team makes a mistake, I am making the mistake. It's my mistake. It's not their mistake. Yes, they did it, but ultimately it's our mistake.
Yeah, I know, and that comes with such a heavy weight. As a manager, as a leader, again, if you are this type of person, of course, when things like this happen, like you said, it's not the team's fault, it's not the weather, it's not the climate of the geopolitical atmosphere, is nothing of that sort. It doesn't matter. It's your fault. The weight is on you. If the business doesn't perform, if the sales are not there, or results are not there, it's you take that weight on yourself. You have to prove that you are capable, and the decision that was made for you to become a manager was the right one. So yeah, that puts a lot of pressure. That's how I feel it, at least.
And plus, managing almost 50 people, front of house, back of house, different characters, different mindsets, different cultures.
Yeah.
Brings more stress to the position.
Yeah, indeed. Different languages as well.
Yeah. A lot of barriers, but you have free time. You are the GM, so you enjoy a lot. You don't feel it.
There's a lot of free time.
A lot of free time. What's your personal gold standard for customer experience? The one thing you refuse to compromise on, no matter what.
This sounds as a cliche, but at the end of the day, it's customer satisfaction. However, you're gonna achieve that through good customer service, amazing food, amazing drinks, affordable prices, nice atmosphere, cool events, so on and so forth. However, you're gonna achieve that. I think the standard is customer satisfaction and honesty. If customer are satisfied, they feel like what they paid is they receive in return good value, good experience, they're always gonna come back and is gonna just offer you continuity in the business. And the second thing that I mentioned is honesty. It has to be a relationship that is based on honesty on both sides, the venue, the merchant, the restaurant, the bar, whatever it may be, and then the customers. So the way you create your menu, the way you price your menu, it has to reflect some sort of honesty. It cannot be inflated, it cannot be overpriced, try to cheat your customers. And this doesn't necessarily relate only to restaurants, businesses in general. It needs to be based on honesty. I'm watching a new show on Netflix with a guy traveling around the world and trying food from different countries and different cultures. And I really feel drawn to these places that are small businesses run by family, the husband and the wife, or the mother and the child, whatever it may be. It's a small business, but is so genuine and run with honesty. This is what we can offer you, this is what we do, this is for you, and the customer can see that. There's no fluff, there's no nothing superficial. And as a human being, I feel everybody gets connected with that type of feeling. When you see that the other person behind the counter, again, whatever the business it may be, it can be a tailor selling clothes, it can be a restaurant, it can be a butcher selling meat. If you feel that type of honesty and genuine people, I think that's gonna bring you a long way.
I agree with you 100%. We are building memories. You will see that person maybe one time in the life from the other side of the planet. And for some reason, he decided to go out tonight and go to Calexico. It's your responsibility, including your team as well, to make that experience memorable. Not only to enjoy and nice cocktails, as you said, nice music, but the entire experience should be beautiful.
Yeah, genuine, beautiful, like you said, memorable. And I guess memorable does not necessarily have to mean something very grandiose, very big, like a celebration during New Year's Eve, where you have big artists, fireworks. Memorable can also, again, mean something small, genuine, even if it's a small little detail that you're gonna remember for time to time and time. Like, for example, if you travel to a place in Germany, for example, and you have a specific drink of that country, and then you're gonna remember it. That's a memorable experience as well. And the bartender had the time to explain you, tell you how it's made, what it's made of, all that stuff. That can be categorized as memorable as well.
As we are doing right now, building memories.
Definitely.
You have probably managed all kinds of personalities. What's the number one lesson you want your team member to walk away with after working with you?
The number one lesson, again, I just want them to know that working with me, or the time that we worked together, was enjoyable, was genuine. We respected each other, we learned from each other, I learned from them, they learned from me. And I really like to build relationships with my employees based on love. Maybe that sounds a little bit too much, but I really believe in that. Love and respect rather than fear, if that makes sense. Because there are different type of managers, or at least the ones that I encountered throughout my career. There are some managers that are very severe, very strict, and you know that you have to perform your work in order to not disappoint them, because you're gonna suffer the consequences. And that works. That's a strategy. That's a way of approaching things. That's fine. But what I feel like I always thrived in my experience is when I work with managers that I really loved and respected. Like I wanted to do the best by them to make sure that they're not disappointed in a way that I would feel bad about it. It's like I don't want to let this person down. I will feel bad about it because he's such a nice and good person and manager. There's a saying like your manager is your therapist, and I really think that's true. If you have a manager that stresses you out, gives you stress, demands from you more than you can provide, doesn't give you clear guidelines. It can be stressful. You go home after a day like that and you're just gonna be depressed, rather than having somebody that could, you can rely on, you can talk with, is approachable, and go to work with open heart.
I think on the long terms, people can evaluate and see which strategy is the best approach. I think the team itself, before even come to work, they have that feeling. It's either excitement, I cannot wait to go to work, in a good way, it's amazing team, an amazing atmosphere, we're gonna enjoy again, it will be a beautiful night or day. Or that feeling, oh my God, again I need to go to work, this guy, this manager, I cannot handle anymore. This is a little bit demotivating.
Yeah, and that's gonna translate into the atmosphere of the place ultimately.
Yeah.
If you have a stressed team, if everybody's uptight, mistakes will happen. Customers can see it, can feed into that energy and see that it's not an approachable, jovial atmosphere. So yeah, it's just better to try and perpetuate a nice, chill, relaxed atmosphere. Unless in my opinion and in my environment, there might be places where some certain standards need to be respected, very upscale, very uptight, and that probably demands that type of management, very severe, very strict, very linear, But I have the beauty of in our environment that I can exert my type of management, which is this one, with being based on respect and love and honesty.
Did you went to a place that for a fact they have amazing food, amazing drinks, music, atmosphere, fantastic, and for some reason the service will ruin your entire experience, and even consider not even wanting to come back again?
Yeah, there are a lot of places like that, unfortunately, even in Bahrain and I guess all over the world. And I can see, because again, I worked in the hospitality industry in Bahrain for almost 9 years, so I could see the cycles, the changes throughout the years. And luckily and fortunately, the current environment is way better and much more relaxed and way more professional people than where I came 9 years ago. I think back then there was the cases of these places, that the one you described, where you get good food, maybe nice music, nice cocktails, but the service was not necessarily the best. Where people were just coming, taking the order, and then maybe just come at the end of the dinner with the bill. No connectivity, no communication, nothing there. But nowadays, there's less and less of those places, and more of places where, hospitality is exactly what it should be. Make the customer feel well, interact, communicate, open yourself, strike a conversation. It doesn't have to be a long conversation of 10-20 minutes, just a small, hey, how are you, how was your day, something like that. So more and more places are approaching this type of hospitality. I think the flux of professional people that came in Bahrain throughout the years from outside, places like Europe, places like Australia, some parts of Asia as well, helped that. So it's a mix now. It's a mix of skills and knowledge that these people brought with them and started implementing in Bahrain, and a mix with what Bahrain used to have before and the way hospitality was perceived before. 9 years ago when I came, there was very less people either in managerial positions or in junior positions from Europe or America. I think that's also because it's just easier for those people to maybe stay home, find something home to work in this industry. But now I see more and more all over the region, not only Bahrain, Dubai, Saudi Arabia as well. So again, when they come with the knowledge, they come with the skill, they try to implement their methodology and the way of doing things, and that helps creating a mix of both cultures and both methodologies of approaching hospitality, and the results are the ones that we have today, which is nice, great, good results, no? Or at least in my opinion, I feel way better going out in places all over Bahrain and GCC in 2025 than when it was like 2017.
Running a hospitality business in Bahrain comes with its own unique drama. What's one moment that nearly made you say, I'm done? And what pulled you back in?
Oh man, there's been a lot of times where I felt like I'm done. Not only with my current place, but in general, like hospitality industry is very demanding, very draining, a lot of energy. Customers, they always have to be pleased, no matter the way. So yeah, that's very consuming as a person. You know, you just get home and you're so drained, and it's like, all right, I'm done with this. I just need something that, you know, I need that 9-to-5 job. But you don't feel like that always. But yeah, it comes with times where it's very demanding, very draining. You just remember why you're in this and why you love it and why you like it. The collective, the team, my boss, our investor. So that thought disappears right away. But a moment that was very dramatic. Fortunately, I had nothing that had a big impact for me to remember. But yeah, I think the challenge is with the customers. You always have to please them. You always have to come to their demands. And sometimes, unfortunately, as harsh as it might sound, customers are not always right. You know, it's just the truth. It might sound wrong. It might sound wrong, but it is just the truth. So, correlated to something that I said earlier, a relationship based on honesty between the venue and the server and the customers. What I appreciate the most is when somebody comes with an honest feedback or an honest complaint, if you wish. If it's honest, if it's genuine, and I can grow and I can learn from it, I really appreciate it. I'm not joking. Like, I really care about that. I want people to tell me how can I improve. But one thing that I don't like is like when somebody just for the sake of throwing out some shade or just leaving a review, they're gonna try to bring you down or leave a bad review, but it's not based on nothing accurate and no honesty at all. I can give you a clear example between the two. So in our process of marinating the beef for our tacos, because it's a Mexican place, there's a marination called asada, carne asada, where you leave the beef to marinate for a certain time and gives a different taste, a specific taste. And it doesn't taste like the normal beef that you usually grill, you know, the one that you put only salt on it. It has a specific taste. And we had at one point a customer who did not understood that, you know, that the marination would give the beef specific taste. And he was insisting that the beef is bad, is spoiled. We tried to explain to him what's the process and how things are done. And he seemed to understand, but once he left, he still left a bad review. Oh, the beef was bad, the tacos were bad, so on and so forth. But what you can see in the picture also that he left is that on the plate that the tacos were, there was a fork and a knife. So in my head, straight away, I was thinking, if you're a person that eats taco with a fork and a knife, with all due respect, I know there might be people eating tacos with a fork and a knife, but if you're a person that eats tacos with a fork and a knife, I don't really know that you understand tacos that well, you know? So taking your feedback, it doesn't count for me that much. In comparison, talking about a feedback that counts, and I really appreciate it, I had the conversation and a call with a lady, with a customer, not that long ago, probably about 2 or 3 months ago. She was a regular customer of our takeaway food, and one of the days the food did not taste it as she was expecting. And she called our second venue and where the food was prepared and asked the chef if she can speak with the manager. So the chef forwarded me her number and I called her to see what's the situation. And she presented herself and she said, I'm a regular customer. I order food from you at least twice a week. For more than 4 or 5 years. There is this particular item that I enjoy and I always have it, but today did not taste it like I was expecting it. So in my mind straight away I knew that this person knows what she's talking about. If she orders twice a week from our place for more than 4 years, she really knows what she talks about, rather than the person who eats taco with a fork and knife. So right away in my mind, I was like, all right, I really need to listen what's the situation here. So she said that I felt that today that the chicken was probably spoiled. So I was like, all right, let me investigate, let's look into the situation, let's see exactly what happened. And indeed, it was from our side, it was our fault, all right? So I called her back, we had to reimburse the money, I apologize. I told her that I really respect the fact that she gave us a heads up. Instead of going online and complaining and leaving a bad review, she had the dignity to call and give us a heads up. Hey, listen, something is wrong with your food today. It's not like how I usually have it. So I like that, and I took it seriously. And again, we investigated. It was our fault. Overnight, there was an electricity trip, and the fridge stopped working. So in the morning, when the chef started preparing the food, he could not see the temperature on the bottom of the fridge. You know, the indicator is right next to the floor, so he did not know the fridge was not working overnight. And indeed, the chicken was not tasting the best. So because of her review, her call, we managed to make sure the whole day the food was better and prepared again. And we also put on our checklist that every morning the chef should look at the temperature of the fridges. So her feedback was so genuine and helped us a lot. And that type of feedback I like, and I take in consideration. You know, I think it's a must. But again, you have the other side where I guess only for the sake of attention, maybe just people leave bad reviews. They don't have the courage to talk to you face to face or to approach you on a phone call. They rather just gonna leave a bad review online and then they're gonna move with their life and like nothing happened, you know.
I think reviews are very important, and to hear the guest opinion matters, and it will help us to improve, regardless if it's positive or negative. But I think there is one more category, which is the third category of bad reviews. When someone is coming from the competition, which it happened to me. Why I know 100% it happened to me? I needed to go so deep into the problem. Mm-hmm. It was a terrible review. It was, I think, such a terrible review. He mentioned everything from the entering of the place. Why I remember this? Because I was a part of the experience. This person entered the place. He was greeted by, I think, one of the front of house members. I'm not sure it was a server or a runner. He was greeted by the supervisor, and he was greeted twice by myself personally. In, you know, the basic standards, positive attitude, smile, and welcome to our venue. So this person was guided to a free table, and he was handed a menu for him to decide. And he left in approximately 2 minutes. The entire experience was 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. The review itself was, this was the worst experience in my life. First, I was not greeted by anyone. No one even saw me when I entered. No one say hi, no one say good afternoon, nothing. And then I was waiting for so long for the menu, no one even asked me what I want. So based on the CCTV, I saw the entire experience. Entering, saying hello from more than 3 people, guided to the table, giving the menu. Basically, he was sitting at the table doing nothing for 1 minute, and he just
left.
And he just left. So that is the third category that I think people are neglecting. It's real. It's not real.
It exists, especially nowadays in the social media and technology era. They of course exist. It's so easy to pick up your phone and just leave a bad review rather than actually have the courage to stand somebody face to face and talk with them and give them an honest opinion. And not necessarily courage, but it just requires confidence and just like being comfortable with yourself to let somebody, hey, something was wrong. This is my honest opinion. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to, don't take it. But the easier route is just like taking the phone behind your phone. Nobody sees you, nobody talks with you. You just leave a bad review. And unfortunately, again, it's the era of technology where these things are so easy to do. But I think at the end, people that will come to look for the reviews in order to make an opinion about that place, and they have a little bit of knowledge of the place, they can read through it. They can actually see or understand which person meant good or which person was honest with their reviews and which persons are just just like, all right, let me put a bad review today. It's something that I do as well. If I try to go to a new place, not necessarily a restaurant, a hotel as well, whatever it may be, and I'm looking at their review, I can see and can read the reviews that are being left by people that are honest. They are in detail. They say the bad things and the good things, not only good or not only bad. They just leave a good, honest review, and that's the one that I base my opinion on, and that's the one that I read. The ones that I see, oh yeah, I've been there, it was too expensive, and that's it. I was like, all right, there's no information, there's no value for me here. You just left a review because the place was you just left a sentence because the place was expensive. All right, cool. But I cannot base my opinion on that. So again, I think people can read through that. They can leave it. Bad reviews can be or negative reviews can exist, but they don't necessarily bring any value to the customers who read reviews.
Exactly. Overall, in general, reviews are important.
Of course. Feedback is always important, especially when it's honest.
What's the strategic move you have ever made in business? And how did it turn out?
I haven't had to do something of a very big importance so far. I think my next big move or next big strategic move is yet to come. But let's say we had a good outcome and an opportunity that proved to be very good for us with this partnership with Aldana that we have. So for people that watch the podcast and they don't know what Aldana is a public concert venue in the Kingdom of Bahrain. So that proved to be a beneficial partnership for both sides, us and Aldana, and we continue to be good partners, hopefully for more years to come.
For someone dreaming about moving to Bahrain and working in a place like yours, what's the real, unfiltered advice you'll give them?
Real, unfiltered advice?
Yeah,
don't come. No.
This is the honesty that you were saying before. Be honest.
Yeah, no. Jokes aside. I think if you're coming from outside Bahrain, looking for a job in the industry, you have to arm yourself with realistic expectation, arm yourself with patience. Be prepared to kill some of your free time, like we mentioned earlier, especially if you want to progress, if you want to advance in your career, and so on and so forth. And definitely, there's positive aspects of this as well. Plenty of positive aspects. Meeting people from all over the world, expanding your knowledge of the hospitality industry and maybe your particular area, either if it's bar or kitchen. There's a lot of professional people working in Bahrain from you can learn from. Outside the work, like the lifestyle is amazing, very laid back, especially if you're in your 30s or over your 30s trying to settle or start a family. I think this is a beneficial environment. If you are young at the beginning of your career, the beginning of your life, like your early 20s, My honest opinion would be to start somewhere where it's way more dynamic, maybe a place like Dubai, a place like London, a place like New York, where you still have the energy to go through that high dynamic environment. You don't need to sleep that much. You can wake up, go do things. So yeah, if you're in your early 20s, experience more high dynamic environments, big cities, cities in Australia, Melbourne, Sydney, London, Berlin, things like that. But yeah, if you look for something that is a little bit more slow pace, where you can create meaningful relationships with your friends, you have time to see each other, catch up with people, or again, try to start a family where you need time to dedicate for your wife or kid, definitely Bahrain is the place to be.
I like what you did there. Contra psychology. Don't come. Why? Because you will fall in love in this place and you will never want to leave this place.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Saying from a person after 9 years.
Yeah, no, of course, that was a joke. Don't come, it was a joke. Of course, people that desire to experience something new. And but Bahrain is an amazing environment, amazing place with plenty of opportunity for people that want to thrive in the hospitality industry. Lifestyle is amazing. Again, like you said, I'm here after 9 years. There's no coincidence of that. It's just because everything falls in place so nicely.
After all these years in the game, what are you most proud of? And what's the next for you? Any new ventures, wild ideas, or any secret plans?
Yeah, I think the most proud of the fact that Calexico stood the test of time. We're still here after almost 9 years, still relevant. People still look for us, still come to us for our service, for our food. So again, I think that's something to be proud of in an ecosystem like Bahrain. Hospitality industry is sometimes challenging. As you know, one place open, another place closes. It's hard to have continuity, or there's not that many places that stand the test of time. So yeah, that's something to be proud of. It's not only because of myself, it's a communal effort from the shareholders to the team, customers as well, because we build a nice community and people support us and still come to us after all of this time. So yeah, I think this is an achievement in itself and something to be proud of. Everybody should be. I know that I am. The team is as well. New projects and plans, professionally wise, career wise, Calexico is expanding. We're having a new venue coming up now in SAR. We signed the lease. We started working with the contractor, so hopefully maybe in the next 3 to 6 months that place is gonna be open. Obviously the partnership with Aldana, we're doing some great things there with readjusting, refurbishing, giving a new and fresh touch to the place. The Adlia side will have also a few changes, especially upstairs. But yeah, I think it's gonna open on the right moment where everybody's back from holidays, the new season starts, weather is a little bit better, not that high temperature and humidity. So yeah, hopefully it will be a great success.
I will wait for the invitation for the opening.
Definitely, yeah.
We are entering the BTX Elite bonus round.
Excited about this.
What's your go-to meal in Calexico? I know mine, but what's yours?
There's been so many changes throughout the years. I think I always fell in love with a different dish, probably because I get too much used with the previous one. And for the moment, there's the birria taco and birria burrito. Yeah, that's my go-to. I obviously like all dishes and all items in the menu, but this one for me lately is the one that I crave the most and go to the most.
For me, even there is it's related to a specific day of the week. Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, I know which one. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'm happy you order it over and over again, especially on Tuesdays. That's the point.
Yeah, exactly. What's the wildest guest story? that you can legally share here?
The wildest guest story actually is not from Bahrain. It's from the time when I worked in London. At the beginning of my journey in the hospitality industry, I worked for a bar in one of the popular posh areas of London, if you wish, on Portobello Road. It was a small, cozy bar with a kitchen on the first floor, and a lot of celebrities that live in that area used to come to dine in or have a cocktail, from football players to movie stars, music celebrities, so on and so forth. And I remember one of the nights there was the singer from Pussycat Dolls. I don't know how to pronounce her name. It was Nicole
Scherzinger.
Yes, she was there dining, and the fire alarm started. The fire alarm went on, and she didn't want to go outside because there was a crew of paparazzi, and she know that she's gonna go outside, is gonna get pictured, like photographed and all that stuff, and she chose to stay in the venue with the fire alarm on for probably about good 1 hour and a half. And everybody was just astonished. It's like, because the sound was like, the alarm was very loud, like very loud. Everybody was outside on the checkpoint where you have to gather for the safety, and you could see through the window that she's still there by herself on the table, and she didn't want to come outside.
But hopefully everything went well. No one gets hurt.
Everything went well. It was from the building. The restaurant was a building in a building with apartments on the upper floors. So the alarm sounded in the building, not in our restaurant, but everything was fine at the end.
One piece of advice you live by.
I think this is something that I inherit from my mother. It's a Romanian quote. I don't know if it has the correct translation, but I think the best that you could describe it is be a good man with me and I would be a good man with you, or be a good person with me, I can be a good person with you. It's not probably the most accurate translation because of the
say it in Romanian first.
Fii om cu mine, să fiu om cu tine. So it means just treat me with respect, treat me nicely, treat me as a human being, and you're just gonna get that in return for yourself. And yeah, this is something that I try to live by. This is something that I grew up with, and it's just stuck with me. And yeah, this is my live by quote.
Respect.
Or yeah, you can summarize it in one word: respect. Just like respect me, I respect you.
What's your favorite hidden gem in Bahrain? Except Calexico, of course.
Drinks-wise, I would say cotton gin, although it's not a hidden gem anymore. And food-wise, which is my guilty pleasure and go-to from time to time, is a Thai place in Adlia called Banana Leaf. It's a little bit hidden. Not too many people know about it, but the food is authentic, very delicious, very flavorful, reasonable priced. So yeah, that's my hidden gem. I bet a lot of your audience did not know about Banana Leaf. If you hear it about here, I'm not trying to do any advertising for them because I don't know them personally, but the price is great.
It's not only the audience. Even me, first time I hear about Banana Leaves.
Try it.
I will try it out. And I will give you my feedback. Because for the first place that you said, I already know they have one of the best cocktails in Cotton Gym.
And I recommend going and dining there because again, the experience is authentic. The servers are Thai, chefs are Thai. Even the smell in the restaurant comes from the kitchen and you can smell all the flavors. Obviously, the food would be great even if you take away, but it's not the same experience.
Done. Send me the location so I can put it in the description as well. We are going in Banana Leaves. Once we finish with the food, after we are going, before Calexico, we are going where? First we are going to Cotton Gin or after? We are doing first? First Cotton Gin, then Calexico, or Calexico,
depending
then
on the day. Depending on the day. If it's the weekend where we have an event or a party, definitely Cotton Gin before, like a pre-party drink. If it's during the week, probably after. Have a meal, a dinner in Calexico, and then have a drink at Cotton Gin.
I like the support of other brands? You are supporting them, they are supporting you.
Yeah, I think people that put genuine work in their project, they deserve respect, and they deserve recognition and support. If you see somebody that really works for their dream, for their passion, I think everybody should come and support it, and doesn't necessarily have to be from the industry. Even for your project, for example, if you see somebody that stands up for their dream, puts the work in, really believes it, is passionate about it, it really deserves support, appreciation, and respect. So this goes across all areas of work. Doesn't matter what you do.
If you could open a dream concept anywhere in the world, what would it be?
I'm not sure. I have never thought very deeply about this. I'm very drawn, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm very drawn to Texas barbecue. I really dream that at one point I will get I will get the knowledge, enough knowledge to open a barbecue place where I can even cook myself. But yeah, I'm drawn to that concept so much, the Southern American food, the barbecue style. And things change throughout the years. I always have new ideas in my mind, always want to do something new. That's one of the things that, probably, hopefully someday in the future I would be able to do it. I think for the moment, not necessarily my dream concept, but a concept that I would like to work on would be a very nice, exquisite, non-alcoholic cocktail bar. Not drinks, but cocktails. Just so people that do not drink alcohol can experience the atmosphere of a cocktail bar, but the drinks to, again, just not have alcohol, although be properly done, very exquisite, tasty ingredients, homemade ingredients, very top-notch. I think that would be a very interesting project that will keep me entertained and engaged.
I like both concepts, especially the first one. If you open it anytime soon, I think I will be your regular guest. If you have a nice ribeye or nice ribs.
Yeah, but I think that has to have also the right location, the right atmosphere. The reason that I probably think of this concept so much is because, again, I would like, and I'm coming from a culture where it's so nice and so enjoyable to have that end of the week with friends by the barbecue, where you or one of your friends put something on the barbecue and grill. You can open some cold drinks, just relax and talk about it, and I think there's something that gets me drawn to that type of concept where you're relaxed by the barbecue, just create nice, soulful, tasty food, have a relaxed atmosphere, casual environment. So that's something that I see myself doing, not necessarily my dream concept, but one that I would enjoy doing.
Adi, with the biggest respect, a huge thanks for you being a part of this podcast today. It was really tremendous experience, and I hope to see you again, not only here, but especially in your new opening. So
yeah, definitely. I appreciate the invitation, Bobby. Like I said earlier, I have huge respect for what you're doing, and I hope that you're gonna grow, you're gonna go further with this and get your dreams.
Really, I'm so happy that you are here, and thank you again.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
As Adi said, big respect to everyone, and see you next time.
Awesome stuff, bro. Awesome. I think it went well.